Given Winston Churchill's accomplishments, it's extraordinary to read that marrying Clemmie was one of his greatest achievements. What is it about this woman that's so special and that made you want to play her?
It was her sense of humour. It was her strength of character, her doubts as well. She was incredibly shy, and yet she found herself in the front, in this very visible position. She was a devoted wife. I'm not sure she was a great mum, but she just had a very, very rich life. Started off not so well. Her mother was divorced. Their father left them, and so she grew up with a single mother and two, a brother and a sister, all living in Dieppe in France. She was sent to school in England, but her father took her out of school because he felt that girls didn't need an education. So she ended up working in a hat shop. Her sister became a florist. She became a milliner, and then she went to London, and she must have been incredibly smart because she managed to get two very bright men to fall in love with her, and then she ditched them at the last minute. She was engaged twice. She ditched them both, and then Winston Churchill came along. When she first went to London, all her friends, her peers, would sort of mock her because she made her own clothes because she was so broke. She made her own clothes. So all these things that I found out doing the research, I thought this became more and more interesting. I mean, and then she ends up with Winston Churchill, one of the great minds of the 20th century.
And Gary Oldman, when talking about you, said one of the perks of being an actor is that you can hero worship people, and then you actually get to meet them and work with
Sweet,
them. So I was wondering, what would be your standout memory or moment of working with Gary on this?
Oh, it was so easy working with him because he was, it was just an agreement. It's a sort of pact that you make with your acting partner, is that, I'll believe you, you believe yourself, I'll believe you, and you believe me, and we won't ever kind of step back from that and make a kind of judgment, because then your partner will lose faith in it. And I mean, it's a kind of thing to keep afloat. The idea to keep afloat and to keep that idea in the air is very, very important. And I think we managed to do that. And there were wonderful moments between his Winston and my Clemmie of anger, of tenderness, of concern, of I thought it was a very rich relationship to be able to bring to screen.
And in all that research that you talked about, was there anything new that you learnt about Winston Churchill?
I didn't know that I knew about his black dog, but I didn't realise that within the first 2 weeks of becoming Prime Minister, he had to face this insurmountable problem of the advancing German army and the fact that our entire army was trapped on a beach in northern France, and the sheer kind of zaniness of the idea of sending out an armada of little boats, and to have the guts to do that is quite extraordinary.
Kristin Scott-Thomas, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!